Hello, future. I am Shaggy. I am Phil Alitea. I am playing Hearthstone, and I have built a Priest Hunter Tourist deck that I call a barrage of bullshit. And the reason is because it's a barrage of bullshit. I just throw a bunch of dumb cards that have ridiculous stacking tax, and I force you to contend with it, and it's amazing. Ugh, yay. So I'm listening to Answers to Job by Carl Jung, if you don't know. And if you don't know me, you don't know that I revile Carl Jung. So I'm listening to this book, and I'm hating it. I don't enjoy it. And I actually need to remind myself of what he just said, because he just said something entirely dumb. Ah, yes. He just said that the book of Job can't be dated with any certainty, and that's just not true anymore. It might have been true when he wrote, but it's just not true anymore. The book of Job can absolutely be dated with certainty to the 3rd century BCE, and it's absolutely not what you've been taught that it is. It's 100% not what he's saying it is. Oh, good play. I almost feel bad for doing this to you. The book of Job is the main character, but Job is not the hero. Just because he's the main character doesn't mean he's the good guy. The good guys are Job's friends, and the good guy is God. God is always the good guy. That I even have to say that is hilarious. Yeah, God is always the good guy in these books, y'all. When God comes down and asks, this is not what I should do. But this is what I'm going to do. Where Job was when God created the universe, and who Job is to question God, and what Job's integrity means to him. That's the moral of the story, y'all. That's the main character. What Job does at the end, getting up and apologizing, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, God, forgive me," that is the hero stroke of the movie, of the book. That's his stroke of genius. Nothing before that Job says is right. Nothing that he says before that is good in God's eyes. So everything that Job is saying is wrong. And moreover, not that Job is saying it, everything that Job is saying is wrong, but likewise everything that Carl Jung is saying is wrong. But more importantly than that, he's wrong. What he doesn't know, because he's a bad reader of Plato, and he doesn't actually pay attention to theme and gist, and he's just a bad reader and a stupid person, Carl Jung, that is. He's a thief, an intellectual property thief, and what he doesn't realize is that the book of Job is a Hebraic response to Plato. It's a response directly to the Crito and the Apology of Socrates and Phaedo. And give me a second and I'll build that out for you. Because I need to kill his most powerful minion. Just be done with it. Fuck. And then I need to get rid of his most important minion. Okay, so I've read the Crito and the Apology and much of the Phaedo. for an audience, for maybe even for YouTube. So there's very little reason that those who are invested in what I'm doing, that are locked in and paying attention, are unaware of these things that I'm saying. But in Critias, specifically in Critias, what the author of Job is doing is he's reminding the audience of Socrates and how Socrates dealt with his problems. And he had real problems. What he didn't do was wail and bemoan his fate and blame the gods and blame his daemon. What he did is he went to his death, grateful that he would get to meet the one God of the Hebraic tradition. It's very somber and it's very real, and that's why I'm speaking in this somber voice. I take Socrates' sacrifice very seriously. Job bemoans his fate and curses God. And oh, why me, God? And you don't want to hear this if you're a Christian, but ultimately, and one of the criticisms that Jung is actually making of Jesus in this book is that so does Jesus. Oh, Father, why have you forsaken me? And then he strikes him dead and brings him up as a final act of mercy. And what Carl Jung doesn't understand, in saying even that Jesus curses God there at the end by saying that, what Jung clearly fails to understand, I don't know if this is going to put it to sleep. I think it's going to put it to sleep. Okay, well, we're going to find out. Oh, thank God. I really thought that was going to fuck up my whole game. Didn't I cast a bunch of dumb one health bullshit at the beginning of this game? I keep forgetting that the elusive means I can't heal it, but I don't want to heal it. I want to cycle it through my hand a bunch of times so I don't run out of cards. God showing that mercy is a response to Job by the author of whichever books have Jesus say that, because it's not all four of the Gospels. We're talking to the future and we're gaming, and so I'm not real concerned with the pace of how I speak. I'm never real concerned with the pace of how I speak, but I am trying to be entertaining to the eyeballs more than to the earballs. So stick with me, future audience. You'll understand as you get to know me. The God of the Old Testament, when you read the prophets and you read the non-Deuteronomical histories and you pretend the Torah never existed, and you read the old stuff, which I've done on the main channel, Shaggy Philalitea, when you actually get it and you actually read it and you get to know that God, what Carl Jung is failing to understand is that God is ultimately a God of mercy. And what he's failing to understand about the Christian and specifically Jesus's message, because he's failing to understand everything. He fails to understand everything. that he's writing about. Just it's because he doesn't understand that archetypically, and he's the one who brought us the archetype. So we're going to use it we're going to use it unironically to describe him. Jung doesn't understand about himself because he's a deeply self-blind person. That archetypic. That's not the card I thought it was out there. Archetypically, he's Job. You understand that this whole book, Answers to Job, is him insisting that Job is right and that we should wail and bemoan God. But if you know anything about Germany, and maybe I need to show you because I thought it was appallingly stupid and that you wouldn't find it interesting. And then I found something else appallingly stupid and decided that I don't much care if you find it interesting. And the point is, I'm probably just going to lean into showing you the dumb bullshit that I think is interesting, and I might put it up here in the corner while I do this instead of listening to Job. I might do like YouTube video essays. I might do criticism of YouTube video essays, very much like I'm criticizing Job right now. Not Job. Oh, fuck me dead. Like I'm criticizing Carl Jung right now. And so, this is a big topic. He's not understanding that God is a God of mercy. That's what Jonah is about. And nobody understands Jonah. I've read Jonah for you. That's what Jonah is about. Now, I think I read Jonah for you in the dizzying array of metatext with the book of John. But that doesn't mean that I didn't read it somewhere that you could find it. In the book of Jonah, God tells Jonah to go proselytize in Nineveh. That was a stupid silence. Any of the others would have been better. He tells him to go to Nineveh, which is a at one time in history it is or will be relative to the Jewish authors and the Jewish audience that's reading this, a capital city of Assyria. It's also a library city. And so he's supposed to go there and he's supposed to minister the word of God. He's supposed to tell them that a disaster is coming and that the city is going to be destroyed by an earthquake. And so he gets it in his head that he can go the long way around, and so he goes the long way around, and on his trip, as you know, is swallowed up by a whale, and the how and the why I went into, and they're irrelevant for this telling. Well, after 3 days, he apologizes. He says, I'm sorry, God, you were right. You told me to do a thing, and I didn't do the thing, so I'm sorry. And God says, you're forgiven. Now do the thing I asked you to do. And so he buckles down, and he goes to Nineveh, and he preaches. And what ends up happening is that the king and all of the appropriate people don the ritual mourning sackcloths and cover themselves in ashes and apologize to God for their evil due over the course of time. And so Jonah goes outside the city to watch, I guess like a reasonable person would do, goes outside the city to watch for his oracle or his prophecy to come true, and nothing happens. And so he gets mad. You would get mad too. Any of us would get mad. When I was doing, yeah, thank you for quitting. When I was doing the dizzying array reading, humans will usually quit when they're down to one card like that, especially at the higher levels, like legendary. They don't want to fuck around with that noise. Anyway, I was explaining that we very much judge prophets today, or people who claim to be psychic today, by their hit rate, right? You understand what I'm saying? How frequently they're right. And so So he's mad at God. And he says, what the hell? And God says, hey, they apologized. And he says, no, 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 no. That's not how this works. You embarrassed me. You are embarrassing me right now. And God says, well, I'm not really worried about embarrassing you. And he says, well, that's ridiculous. No one's ever going to listen to me again. I can never proselytize. I can never prophesy ever again. No one's ever going to believe me. And he says, well, people are only going to believe you in so much as you care about that. And he says, well, I do very much care about that. I work hard to serve you. It's not easy to go up there and convince people that their doom is coming and to correct their ways. And he says, but they did correct their ways. And Jonah says, well, this is ridiculous. Next time they're not going to correct their ways because nothing happened. I need you to be the God of wrath that everybody says you were. And he says, well, I'm not a God of wrath. I've never been a God of wrath. And he says, well, prove it effectively. And so what God does is Jonah's throwing a temper tantrum. As Jonah is throwing this temper tantrum out in the desert, he raises up a bush and behind him in the bush shields him from the worst part of the sun. And so he doesn't overheat, doesn't dehydrate. He's basically threatening his life at God, threatening God with Jonah is threatening God with Jonah's life. And God's not dumb. God makes this bush, whether Jonah wants it or not. And then what ends up happening is that Jonah doesn't thank him for the bush. He continues to bitch about it. And God's kind of annoyed about that. And so he kills the bush. And then Jonah's not happy about that. He kind of bitches about the fact that he killed. He's like, why would you do that? That's so unethical. How dare you kill that bush? That bush didn't do anything to you. And he's like, what the fuck? You were just, and God says, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're worried about these people in Nineveh. You want all these people in Nineveh to suffer and die, but you care about a bush? That bush it served a purpose for me in teaching you a lesson. The bush is a metaphor. And he says, well, fuck your metaphors. And God says, absolutely, absolutely not. No, that's not how this is going to go. And that's basically the end of the story. Like that's basically all there is to it. Jonah just gets up and he goes on with his life. But what else is Jonah supposed to do? I ask you that in all seriousness and good faith. Like what is Jonah supposed to do in that moment? And so the point from our ancient authors is that God is a God of mercy. That God doesn't like the destruction. That was never God. That was Elohim. Elohim is the union, the marriage of God, the God, right? The all God that's talking to Jonah and the goddess. And now, I know what happened. I know what happened to Jordan Peterson when he started talking about chaos and the goddess and all this stuff. I know that. But the thing is that primordial chaos is it's a bad thing insofar as you're concerned about what people think of you, right? And that's what God is trying to teach. He's trying to say, well, look, all that earthquake stuff, you guys finding religion to keep bad weather from happening. You were worshiping the goddess. You were worshiping us when we were married. We're not married anymore. That stuff happens, but my domain is so much broader than hers that if she wants to be capricious and do that stuff, that's fine. But if human beings are sinning against time, what that means, and God in this context is personified time. If human beings are sinning against time itself, what that means is that they're sinning against the environment. All right. That means that they're doing things that in the long run, because we know how history goes, will result in near extinction events. And so what I'm telling you, God damn it, X sucks. What I'm telling you is that the eugenics cults. This is a polemic against the eugenics cults, trying to create mass extinction events, which I've told you before is very real. We are dangerously close to a manufactured mass extinction event, and the only people who are concerned about it are concerned about dumb shit and the wrong things like ozone layers. They need to be worried about forest fires, landslides. They need to be worried about floods. They need to be worried about the actual changing, not of the environment, but of the ecosystem itself. God damn, I'm gonna lose. I might have. I might have just lost. I need to get absurdly lucky with this roll. I need all 4 of those to hit that level, dude. That'll have to do, pig. I'm getting absurdly unlucky in my draws. In my drawers, too, I guess. Soiling my pants. Alright. I mean, if he's got another lightning bolt, I'm out, but... I have an idea what he might have. That should be a... That might be just enough to win. Unless I can get... this. The point is, God is a God of mercy. He had mercy on his son, and if you believe, he'll have mercy on you too, no matter what you've done. It's hard to live that way, and it's hard to believe that way, but that's why making the effort to believe in that way is, in its own right, admission to the kingdom. Now, she should have... I bet if I do this, this might be really dumb. How many does he have on the board? Ooh. Taunt, Divine Shield. No, this. If push comes to shove, I want that to die. And he's only got 3 damage. And this... is free health. I can't heal him, and I don't have anything worth overhealing, so myself, great play, Vincent. I might actually pull this out. I've always said that the books of the Bible were never compiled for you. They weren't compiled for the ordinary seeker. They weren't compiled for regular people. I've always maintained the argument that the books of the Bible were compiled for priests. But I think what might be more true, more accurate to say, is that they were compiled by priests in such a way that priests could guide the chosen it's kind of batty and nutty to say, but what did I just do? The books themselves seem to be a method for unlocking potential superhumans, so to speak. People in the tribe who can contribute religiously. The books themselves seem to be written and canonized in such a way, because many of those books shouldn't be there. Many of them are so redundant that including them at all is almost taunting the reader to be confused. It's almost encouraging you to make mistakes and draw funny conclusions about what the text is even about. That was silly of him. It's not playing very well anymore. No, I don't have any good cards, that's why. It's not playing smart. And by he, I meant these bots. I've gotten in a run where these bots aren't playing particularly well, I feel like. Who remembers what I'm talking about? That's kind of the point. Just sitting here, playing game, and talking to the future, saying the things that I think. Eventually there will be 50 people here, so I can go live and I won't have to explain that every time I do it. Yeah, I win. When their names are like that, I'm going to dick around with them too, because he should have quit when he ran out of cards. And I was dropping everything I had, and it's good. I have this deck built to do that. There we go. Doubled my win total. 64. I was at 31. Proud of that. I was at 31 when I quit at the end of season 1. And eventually I'll stop telling that too. What time is it? Oh shit, I need to get out of here. Oh, and I get a good hand. I call this deck a barrage of bullshit. And I call it a barrage of bullshit because I make you contend with a bunch of low-level stuff that synergizes, and then hopefully cards like this. Hopefully 2 of your cards that are actually really good. And then I like to take people to the wire. Oh, fantastic. I haven't drawn that in a while. Fantastic. Because I like to be out of cards in my hand. Like I said, I like to challenge you to contend with a whole load of bullshit. Just a barrage of bullshit. Okay, bullshit card, bullshit card, bullshit card. Just contend with it, deal with it. What are you going to do about it? A lot of people make mistakes. And if I can catch you making a mistake without making a mistake myself, I can usually win. Like this. Perfect. Waste that card. Get rid of that guy. He's a +1/+1. He's going to make everything better. I got to get rid of him. Yeah, it's a +1. Calm down. Check this out. if I can get him to make a mistake. Love this card. Oh, this is too good. This is too good. I'm gonna win this one in record time. Don't get ahead of yourself. But seriously, does it have taunt? When it reborn, because I don't mind it dying. I want it to die. Perfect. Check this out. I only have one fanboy. Demon. Beast Elemental. This is a little early to be doing this. But yeah, contend with that. There you go. There's lethal damage on the board. Contend with that. He should quit. If he had any dignity whatsoever, he'd just concede, because it's over. There's lethal damage on the board again. And I haven't even... Now I'm gonna drop... You know, come on. Come on, bud. Nice. Oh, they're just gone forever. That didn't shuffle back into my deck. But hey, he comes back alive. Now, does he shuffle? Oh, he might shuffle a Death Rattle. Look at that. Does he still have taunt? No. Okay, so he doesn't keep the... That's kind of a bummer. I only have one of that other mech. Because I really don't need... I really don't need to taunt. Check this out. Shuffle back into my deck, and bing! There's still lethal damage on the board. And I'm not just holding a charge. Like, I've got the win in my hand. I'm just holding it. I'm wasting his time, so he can't farm. Yeah, see it, dickhead. That was fun. I think that's fun. I think winning a whole bunch of times in a row. Look at that. Win streak bonus. Did I just go up a level? No, I didn't. I've got enough time for another one. I need to pack up my pants. That's fun to say. Oh man, I never start. I just so rarely even see the single Holy Nova in my deck. So being able to hold it while this guy is 100%. Oh man, they just gave me another win. Yep, there's win. Because just going to fill my hand with as many minions as possible of different types. Oh, you poor fuck. That's annoying. Oh, he wasted it. Oh, I love it when they play badly. Now, the thing is, he needs the corpses. He needs them now. So you better attack that little guy. And you better summon him. Stupid ass. What a stupid ass. What a stupid ass. Oh, he just lost. He has to know this is coming. Goosh. Heal that. Get me another one. It annoyed me that he messed that up so bad. There was a more efficient way to do that. But he made me mad. What an idiot. You should have just gone face. You gotta go face. No, I'm gonna hold that. And I'm gonna draw her. What if I don't draw? Yeah. It's permanent. And it's gonna come back as a 1/1. And face. I'm starting to learn the cards. That's a big deal. You really wanna know what's in the game. Oh, nice. But he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough. Pick one, meanie, you idiot. I'm not even playing optimally. Watch this. Just getting every card I need to just embarrass him all in a row. So good. So good. That sucked. Have I played a one-cost card this game? Okay, well, I have to do this. Boosh. Just let it grow.
This is not what we stood for.
I said earlier today I didn't know if I could beat a Death Knight. Ah, that's lame. Actually, it doesn't matter. I won't have 2 spells. No, it's not going to slow me down. Yeah. I don't even have my good cards on the board yet. Just making these cards huge. Making these minions as big as I can. Come on. Hell yeah. See, they panic and make mistakes. Give me a gator. This is even better. Non-zero chance that he can't kill it next turn. Yep. His giant has to die against it. No, it doesn't have to die against it. His giant just can't kill it, so his giant's just gonna heal me. That's all it's gonna do. And then again, there's a non-zero chance I get that card next turn, too. You have to kill it. See you, bitch. This is funny to me. I like seeing their little algorithm completely just freak out. Too many compelling cards on the board all at once. What do I kill? In what order? It doesn't know. It doesn't actually have a priority of which techs are the best. That hurts.
Starting the operation. Starting the operation.
Yep. Burn up your dumb bullshit. 18. Oh, I just lost. Yeah, he's got enough to win, so he's gonna buff everything and then he kills me. Damn, I just cannot beat Death Knights. I got unlucky with that dragon right there at the end. Just kill me, it's over. You have... This is what I'm talking about forcing them into mistakes. They do such weird, dumb stuff. You don't need to kill my minions. It doesn't know that. Hit me in the face, it's over. I'm not sitting here. If it does anything other than hit me in the face, it's over. It's lost. It's panicking. It just doesn't even know what to do. What do corpses get you?
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Why did you do that? I can't win. Yeah, I don't have 10 damage on the board. Weird. I guess he wanted me to concede. Alright, I can do one more. And then I gotta get off here. Yeah, some of these are gonna be longer than others. And this one I talked about Job. I turned Carl Jung off. Because I said what I wanted to say. God is a God of mercy, not a God of vengeance and wrath. God is never. And that's the point of those books. If you read them closely, you realize that God was never a God of wrath.
The light shall bring victory.
Tell me in the comments sometimes that you think that God was wrathful with you. Why did you do that? Just hit in turn. Okay. We're gonna be a total meme this time.
Job done. The fallen will serve.
Oh, I'm fighting a death knight. I don't even look.
Starting the operation.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
I got his stupid spell. I got his stupid taunt spell.
Everybody needs a casket.
See, they freak out. Yeah, you need to kill that.
The fallen will serve.
Come on, share.
The citadel stands strong.
Gonna be an absolute meme.
Blasphemy.
Thanks for the heal. You want it that bad?
Citadel stands strong.
You really don't want my face? Ah. I love it when they do dumb stuff like that.
can't choose.
This is great. I really do have to leave after this one, though. I gotta get ready. Ooh, big hit to me. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Oh, that's great. How much am I? Oh, wonderful news. Fantastic. Just really, really great. He's like, do that again. Okay, so I can't do it again. But I can make you think about what I'm doing. Oh. I don't carry but one AoE spell, and that gets me in trouble.
A minion with taunt is in the way.
Oh, that's a problem. Ooh. You gonna get some charge out of that? Ooh, 6/8's very good. Oh, that sucks. You got inner synergies from yours? I've never gotten an inner synergy with that. Oh, they're all venomous? I've lost. That sucks. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I can't beat Death Knights. That's a problem. I don't have enough AoE. But hey, the Barrage of Bullshit's got me to level 30. So, Gold 8, that's not bad. I was Silver 5 this morning when I woke up. Thanks for watching. You'll hear from me again.